GDP has shown a decline to 4.4% in third quarter from 6.3% in the preceding quarter. And if we compared it with the quarter a year ago, the decline is much more.
Gross domestic product or GDP growth for October to December came in at 4.4%, falling from 6.3% during July to September according to data released by the NSO or National Statistical Office. Primarily, the slowdown in GDP growth is being attributed to slowing down in the manufacturing sector and reduction in the overall domestic consumption. GDP is the sum of private consumption expenditure, government expenditure, investment, and net exports. In India, private consumption is roughly 2/3 of the overall GDP. In the last quarter from October to December, it was 61.6%, just 2% more than the same quarter in 2021. This slowdown in consumption, in addition to a slowdown in manufacturing, led to a decrease in overall GDP growth rate.
The GDP has shown a decline to 4.4% in third quarter from 6.3% in the preceding quarter. And if we compared it with the quarter a year ago, the decline is much more. It was 11.2% in the same quarter in the previous financial year. The decline has been mainly on account of contraction in manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector, in fact, has done very poorly in the third quarter of the current financial year. In fact, manufacturing has contracted. The manufacturing sector has contracted by 1.1% in the third quarter, and that is why we are seeing a decline in the GDP data for the third quarter of the current financial year.
The government will have to continue to pump prime the economy. During October to December, government expenditure contracted by 0.8%. If India has to grow at more than 6% in 2023-24, as is being forecast, the government will have to continue playing an important role.
As far as the full financial year 2022 and 23 is concerned, the GDP is expected to grow by 7%, which is the same as has been projected by in the first advanced estimate, which was released in January. So now the second advanced estimate for the GDP for the current financial year confirms that the first estimate was right, and it is again 7%, which we are expecting the economy to grow by in the current financial year.
The NSO, in its second advanced estimate of national accounts, pegged the country's growth at 7% for 2022-23. Besides, the NSO revised the GDP growth for 2021-22 to 9.1% against the earlier estimate of 8.7%.